a little bit longer than some of the earlier ones, so either there are parts of it that just
Oldham County contributes to the state budget by way of taxation for businesses and residents. There are some in Oldham County who believe that it does not get back its fair share of taxes. What are your recommendations, if you agree with that? What are your recommendations for getting more funding back to Oldham County? And what would you specifically earmark for Oldham?
Well, as far as taxation goes, I'm not really one to believe that the income tax is the way to go. When you look at the tax structure in this country, how often do you go to the store and buy something for $20 and think that without all of the taxation involved, you could get it for $5? And really, even though we don't want to think about it in those terms, if you're for transparency, the only real tax that you can go with is a sales tax, as all other taxes are pretty much hidden behind the scenes. And when it gets to market, we have no idea how much taxation is involved. In that particular regard, you know, it's one of those things where we'll probably never get there, even though I would like to see us get there someday. And that's really just because, you know, when it comes to government, I think there's so much distrust amongst the people that submit taxes that you just don't know where the money's going. And when you come to government, you have the very beginning process, which is revenue generation, which all begins with taxes, and all those taxes are pulled from the wallets of the taxpayers. I don't think that I would commit to making sure that Oldham County got its fair share of taxation back. I think that can lead to corruption, and in order to say, I'll make sure that we'll do this or we'll do that, means that I'm going to have to possibly give in on other areas, and I think that it could lead to a lack of integrity and just not someplace that I would like to go.
Here's the question. Is, again, Oldham County contributes to state budget by way of taxation. There are some who feel that it does not get back its fair share. If you agree, what are your recommendations for getting more funding in Oldham County? And are there things you earmark specifically each year?
Well, there's no question across the state that your metropolitan areas, let's talk about the Golden Triangle, which is Louisville, Lexington, Northern Kentucky, and also down in the Bowling Green area, is where most of the income, the state income, is generated. The poorer parts of the state do not generate the income, so people that say that we don't get our fair share, that we're a donor, they're right, and that's the way it is. I wish we could change it, but we can't, because a rising tide for the metropolitan areas raises everybody up in the state. I'm chairman of the Transportation Committee. I am vice chairman of the Budget Committee, the only two committees in the Senate that have budget authority, and I have leadership positions on both. Let me make one thing perfectly clear. I have never, ever campaigned to say, if you elect me, I will bring A, B, and C back to Oldham County, because that puts you in a dangerous situation, as my opponent has just mentioned, of being willing to compromise. But having said that, we've been very successful when money is available to bring much needed infrastructure back to the county. We've brought in $105 million in the past 16 years to Oldham County roads, to include the overpass at Buckner, the widening of 393 in Centerfield, fixing Bridge Hill, and resurfacing of the interstate north of LaGrange. We've also brought in about $7.3 million for sewer line extensions, $5.2 million for water line extensions. We've contributed $1.5 million to the new library up in LaGrange, plus money for county parks, water tanks, fire EMS communications, and technology upgrades around the county. So, having said the fact that I'm not going to compromise my position to bring anything back, By working with my federal, state, and local officials, we've been very successful in providing infrastructure in the county.